So how have you been? You are reading the newspaper? Yeah.
I tried reading the editorials. They were very good.
You are boring. I told you to read something that is boring. Storybooks are interesting. Sports
Some
pages
news are
are
also
interesting.
interesting.
Some news are interesting, not all. But mostly, yeah, they're really good. Don't worry.
Reading is good. I tried standing for 10 times. Not at all good.
Times of India language is good. Some
TV matches like the commerce and the Farasa economics का है. Pure
read and try to read things you have no idea. Because the comprehension passages you will get, some of them will be where you have no idea. Right? Like they have those philosophy articles, छोटे छोटे paragraphs आते हैं, speaking tree, read those. They're very boring, but they help.
This is
Was the fan on?
lectures of PPT it was not circulated in the group.
Yeah, because I hadn't finished the chapter. So we did half of it, and now I will. Okay, so now one thing. Okay, there we go. So have you written your words
Yes, no.
over the 2 weeks? 2 weeks, and what's the words again? बिल्कुल नहीं थोड़ा हम लोग कितने 2 days only, then forgot about it. Who bothers? Who bothers wala attitude? You have to give up. Right? Whatever you do seriously. Right? So extra effort for achieving. How many words? 10 words. Okay, can you do one thing? Each one of you come to the word from whatever you've written, write 2 words of it. Any 2 words that you have written. It's not in this book. Anyone has their words? Any 2 words? It's
Right on the board.
yeah. Like you need to.
So I read, like I remember correctly 3 words which were very interconnected.
Okay.
And was build. Oh, maybe
That's in a word.
bamboozled is a word.
What does it mean?
It means very in a very confused state.
Confused.
That something happened and you are very confused about it, and it happened in a very sudden manner. And then another word which is a synonym for it is flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted. Flabbergasted is familiar.
And another synonym for this is dumbfounded. So means something happened and you were unfamiliar with it. So you are dumbfounded.
Thank you. Yes, good afternoon. Anybody else with 3 words or 2 words? Yes, please.
Now, the first word is dogma. It means a usual habit.
Usual habit. Is it just usual habit?
Yes, ma'am. It's just
Anything more than that?
Yeah.
Anybody familiar with this word?
Ma'am, other word is bellboard.
Well,
Board.
board.
Bellboard. Yes. It means talking too much about something.
Talking. Thank you. Anybody else? Have you been reading the newspaper? Yeah? Have you written any words? Not written any words, so you don't have to task. The new words, we have to write them. दिमाग में कुछ आता है नया word? When you were reading, did you come across any new word? Any word you were unfamiliar with? How many words you were unfamiliar with? Or word after one? Or you had to look up the dictionary? No? Yes, settle down. क्या हो रहा है?
I know three of the meanings.
Okay.
So,
Which one do you know?
I know second, third, fourth.
Second, third, and fourth. Okay, good.
Yes,
So-
last time.
Bamboozle means the same.
Bamboozle है, पहले क्या है bam- अरे, first time, that's hard.
Okay, so we were just figuring out how many words who has got.
So it was last time.
So do you have any words?
I did, but I didn't write them down. I saved my English project for my school. I came up with few words like static. These words I know, but these are new to me. Like I haven't been using them in frequency. So these were like, oh, I remember this, but I don't use it at all.
But you haven't written any words till
I
now.
haven't.
Have you been reading the newspaper?
Yes, I have.
Okay, anyone read the newspaper today?
I did.
You did. So any one article that you read, what was it about?
I read an article about the current conflict going on between Israel and Iran, and that the United States has used its fighter jets to bomb Iran's nuclear facilities.
Right.
So I read about that.
Anything else? Anybody else with any news? See, being updated with number one, the news, and number two, your general awareness. Even about your own town, city, hometown is important. Yeah, because when I help students with their interview preparations, I find that they have zero knowledge about what's going on around them. Even about Navi Mumbai. That should have. And because they'll ask. Once you are in an interview round, no matter what college, they will ask you about number one, yourself, where do you belong to, where do you stay, things about that place. They may ask you what does your father do, what does your mother do. They may ask you details about their profession. So you should know exactly what their role is. Yeah, if you say that, I think my father does this, but I don't know what it is. It's a big, big. So things about your neighborhood doesn't mean next building. Right? Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra, about the politics, about the infrastructure development, industries. Like that day I asked one student, where is the commercial port of Mumbai? Okay.
Commercial portal.
Commercial port of Mumbai. Where is it located? Where is it? Commercial port. When we say Mumbai, means Mumbai regions. क्या है commercial port? नाम तो सुना हूँ.
It's the largest artificial airport.
Yeah. What's the name? When you travel over Vashi Bridge or through, you must have traveled through the Atal Setu. You seen it? You don't know the name. JNPT नाम सुना है? That's it. Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust. Where's Mumbai High?
But I hope.
What is it?
But I hope.
Mumbai High.
Oil rig.
Oil rig. Off the coast of Mumbai.
It's 174 feet of coast.
Say they can ask you what are the industries you see around your city. So if you travel through Thane Belapur Road, any industry you see. Kuch to naam yaad aayega. So they want to see your general awareness. Are you a person who wants to be a manager and is interested about your surroundings? Interested about things going on? Who's the chief minister? Who's the speaker of the assembly? Speaker of Maharashtra Assembly. Governor of Maharashtra. All these things. And if it has changed recently, you should know that. So that's why it's important to keep yourself up to date with the news. It's not only your subject that you are learning, that is, what are you beyond your book? It's important. Okay, so okay, so now this time, instead of Deepshika ma'am,
See.
okay, so this time Deepshika ma'am won't be taking the vocabulary portion. So you have to bear with me. Okay, so now vocabulary, we know that we can't learn in a day. Right? So what I have decided is we'll do vocabulary little by little over time. So we aren't like out of touch. Okay? So we'll begin with a few root words. Any idea what root words are? What do we say? What do we mean by root words in English?
The origin of the
Original
US
words.
words derived from those words.
Yeah, derived from other languages like Latin, Greek. Right? So why is it important to
The etymology of the word.
etymology? Right? So why is it important to know the root words?
So if we don't know a word, we can know the meaning of it by looking at it.
At least we know what it belongs to or what it is related to. Right? So any root words that come to your mind? There are lots of words you use all the time which are derived from other languages.
One word is mating.
Pardon?
Mating.
Maybe.
Mating. It was derived from the French word called maner.
Yeah.
It means help.
Anything else? So root words can be used as in a word with a prefix or suffix or another word added to it, right? Remember last year we had spoken about something like locu. Locu. Any idea what that means? Okay, elocution. What is elocution?
Speaking.
Speaking.
Public speak.
Public speaking. Locu means speaking, related to speech. Like if you come across a word, say loquacious. Loquacious would be the idea what loquacious means. It's related to locu means it is related to speech.
I think location is a Latin word. Right? Like location is a English speaking.
Not location. Loquacious. Everyone sign? Loquacious means somebody who speaks too much. Yeah. So you'll come across a lot of words which maybe you don't know the meaning exactly, but you can figure out what it is related. So we'll do.
So loquacious is a synonym of bellwether, right? Bellwether
Yeah.
means
Somebody who speaks too much.
Yes.
Yeah. See, one word leads you to another. That's why I say whenever you are reading, write your words, write the synonyms, write the antonyms. Because in your exam, you will get words and you will be asked directly to write the synonyms. At least your vocabulary should be vast enough that 5 agar word milte hain, you can answer at least 3. Maybe you don't know all 5. You're asked to write an antonym. Some words may be simple, some may not. Right? Okay. So when we talk about root words, they may come from various languages. So these are just some examples. For example, root words which are words itself also. Say act. Act is a word. Now you can convert it into different words. Like act becomes actor. Acting, reenact, or just enact. Enact something means play. Like you are acting. Enact a part of a play. Crypt. Crypt means hidden or to hide. Cryptocurrency. What does it mean? It's not a currency as such, but a hidden currency. Right? Technically, because it's not legal currency, at least in India.
No, it's legal in India.
It's legal, it's very high taxes, like
Yeah.
30%.
So it's not something that everyone would use.
It's so hard to mine for it.
Yeah.
You can obtain common notes and coins anywhere, but it's hard to find crypto coins.
And using cryptocurrency is also not, you can't use it everywhere. Right? Say cryptic. Cryptic means
Thing which is far away, like you can't access it. It's cryptic.
cryptic means something which is not evident, not clear. Right? Apocryphal. Anybody knows the meaning of this? Write it down and look up the meaning. I won't give you all meanings. You have to put in your effort also. Yeah? So certain words I will give you and I'll ask you next time. Cryptography. Now, if you look at cryptography, it is made up of two words, crypto and graphy. What is graphy
I feel
related
it's
to?
a study of the things hidden. Like study of the things which are not evident to us.
Graphy means what? Graphy is related to drawing, printing, writing. Calligraphy means
Right.
art of writing. Yeah, graphy relates to writing. So it's cryptography, not cartography. Cartography is drawing maps. Cryptography is when something is written in codes.
Unlike decoding the Egyptian words.
Yeah. Yeah.
During Morse codes.
Yeah, that also could be. Ego is a word in itself. Now, egoist, egocentric, converted to different words. Egomaniac. Simple words. Legal. It's a word in itself. Now, if you add prefixes or suffixes, they may become something like illegal. Legalities. You can come across many other words. Paralegal. Paralegal is composed of two words again. Para plus legal. What does para mean?
Like paralegal means something which is not entirely legal, but not entirely illegal.
That is, it is on the sidelines, right? Or paralegal is usually used when we are talking about people assisting judges, assistants.
Like
Yeah.
law firm people who.
Or para can be used, yes? Yeah. And what is para as such? Can you think of words using para? Paragraph. Paragraph means part of. Parajumble. Parajumble means paragraph jumble.
Parachute.
Parachute, yeah.
Gliding.
Paragliding means sort of gliding. Yeah. Paralympics, yeah, means not the real Olympics, but a different type. Yeah. Form, conform means conform, you know. It's not confirm, it's conform. To take shape. Not D-shape, to take shape. You conform with something means you agree to. Right? Reform, you know, change the shape, reform a system, reform society, formulate that you know to create. Yeah. So the basic word here was form. Norm. Norm is something that is just norm as such when you use it means typical behavior. This is the norm. Right? So abnormal would be untypical. Opposite of norm would be abnormal. Paranormal.
Somewhat different. Somewhat like
It's different. Different means paranormal is usually used for things which are both. Extraterrestrial ghosts. Or meter or METR as used in Latin. Means measure. Meter means unit of measure as such. Yeah. So related words could be like thermometer, perimeter. Anything else coming to your mind? Related to meter. Hmm? Octometer, spectrometer, speedometer, anything that is measuring something. Yes. Metric scale. Yeah. That is measuring. Yes, good afternoon, Harini.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
What happened?
I'm sorry, there was some issue with my laptop. I was not able to join.
You're quite late.
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, micro means what? So anything that has micro in it means related to something small.
Micro less than small, like because mini is technically considered.
Mini is small, micro is smaller than that.
Exactly. So it should be
Tiny, like
tiny.
a micro level, micromillimeter, microsecond means something that is very small. Not just small, but very small. Like microscope, you are able to magnify, say 100 times, 10 times. Microbe, what is a microbe?
Small organs. It's a very small organism.
Organism, microorganism. Yeah. So these were just a few. Okay, let's look at the word math. You use words with math. Math, you talk around this. Malicious. Anything else? Malfunction. Yeah. So when you come across a word, another thing that you need to look at is the connotation. Is it a positive? Is it going to give you a positive word or a negative word? So that is very important when you're doing your fill in the blanks in sentences. So the meaning of the sentence will guide you to whether you need a negative or positive word. So then you come to whether the word itself is positive or negative. Yeah. So mal means bad or evil. So obviously a negative word. Yeah. Malignment means defaming somebody very bad. New word? There you go. I'll share this anyway. So we'll be doing about say 5 root words every day until you get used to it and can do things on your own. Yeah. Okay. Malice. Yeah. Maltreat or maltreatment, to treat somebody badly. Malfunction, you know.
Maltreat and mistreat the same.
Pardon?
Is it maltreat and mistreat the same?
Yeah, almost. So mistreat is like formally we don't usually write mistreat. Maltreatment is a word. Dismal. We have MAL, malignant. Dismal is gloomy situation. Any synonym of dismal? You write the word, find your synonyms. Simple word, but we may come across synonyms and antonyms which
It's obnoxious or a synonym of
what does obnoxious mean?
stupid.
Caustic, sort of. Obnoxious would be something which is weird, not acceptable.
It's stupid.
So, not really stupid. Yeah, it could be stupid, but of a higher degree. Okay. Maleficent. Yeah, it says somebody who deliberately tried someone who deliberately tries causing harm to someone. Right? So now if you look at this, maleficent. Somebody who doesn't do good. Okay. So anything with mal would be a negative. Okay. Let's look at another word. Phobia. Everybody's familiar with phobia. What does it mean?
Fear or disliking.
Yeah, dislike of fear. So any phobias you can think of?
Phobia, hydrophobia,
Hydrophobia,
claustrophobia,
claustrophobia,
amnesiophobia.
yeah, phobia, yeah. What does that mean?
I'm not sure of it, honestly.
Okay, write it down.
Forget something.
Forget something. Amnesia means being forgetful. And the fear of forgetting would be amnesia. Any other phobias? Hmm? What does that mean?
Fear of taking showers.
Yeah, could be. Anything else? Seneca? Any phobias? Any phobia you have?
Phasmophobia.
Pardon?
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia,
Transphobia.
transphobia. You can create phobias.
It's basically being disliking people of other genders.
Yeah, could be. Okay, so you know what phobias are, right? Demophobia. Anything? What does demophobia mean? Demo means people. Demography.
The
People, the constitutes,
The people, the population, studying population, or like, let's say, not just studying, but calculating the number, categorizing people, that would be demo. So demo is related to people. And so fear of public speaking is demophobia. Right? Zoophobia. You know what zoo is?
Yes.
Animals. Yeah, zoo is related to animals. Zoology, simple zoo. So zoophobia is fear of animals. Any other words related to zoo?
Zoology.
Zoology. Any else? Coming to your mind quickly? Okay. Theo. Theo means anything related to religion or God. Yeah. Like theology is the study of religions.
mythology would be
Mythology is study of say historical facts on religion. That would be mythology. Right?
But not always religion. Mythology also consists of fantasies and
It's you see, we call them mythology as such would be related to ancient religions, stories of ancient religions, which we may consider true or not. Right? So usually based on facts or not based on facts. So when we talk about theo or the, that is God or religion. Pedophobia. Pedo means
fear of children.
pedo would be related to children. Pediatric. So when you talk about pedi or pedo, that means related to children. Gynophobia. Gyno is related to women. Gynec or gynecology. So fear of women or girls. Yeah, many people do that. Okay, fin. It's a Latin word, means related to finish, limit, boundary, or end. So infinity, in means opposite. Yeah. So something that has no limit, that is infinity. Infinitesimal means something that is extremely small, you can't measure.
So,
Pardon?
first I have to see question about you. Infinite or like something with similar but combined those two don't seem.
So there are two opposites combined together. If you look at the word as such. Confinement. Yeah, put into a small space. Yeah. So confinement would be to limit somebody or restrict somebody. Like you are punished and for coming home late and you are confined for the rest of the day. Right? Okay. Finite, something that has limits. Infinite is something that doesn't have limits. Finite is something that is definite, fixed. Yeah. So something that is precise. It comes from definitus, which is a Latin word. So define, bounded over. Final, again comes from fin. Yeah. Or finale. Finale, what is finale? Last act. Yeah. Somebody who's of a show or anything that has been going on. Finish, we know. Fill. Fill means love. Yeah. Love of something is fill. Philanthropy. Yeah. What is bibliophile? Something who loves, somebody who loves books. Philosophy is, you can say, philosophy is the philosophy. See, that's a different thing. That's a study. Ophy, when you have ophy added to it, it means a study. Yeah. Study of, or you can say the love of studying ideas. Yeah.
In this case, phobias are tried to reverse the vice.
Yeah, you can reverse it. Love and phobia are opposites. Philologist. So logist means something related to words. Yeah, language.
This is like derived from linguist.
Linguist. So, pardon? Yeah. Philanthropist, somebody who loves to serve mankind. Philosopher, so that is related to wisdom. Philosophy is study of wisdom. Philosopher would be somebody who loves wisdom. Philodendron. Now, dendron is a word which is related to trees.
Dendrites are the small
Yeah, so that is like things which are hanging, curly. So dendrons are usually referred to like creepers or trees in general.
Extended like branches.
Extended trees with branches. So that would be. So when you look up dendron, it usually refers to trees. And specifically trees with curls. So say creepers. Things hanging down. Like if you look at a pea plant, what does it have? It has those dendrons hanging. So similarly, when you talk about the cell structure. It has dendrons. Yeah, so it's curly things hanging around. Those are the dendrons.
Instead of phobia of touch, what do you call it?
Phobia of
Dendrons.
dendrons. Dendrophobia. Right? Hydrophile. Somebody who loves water. Hydrophobia. Somebody who fears water. Right? Okay, these are some examples. Philadelphia. You heard of the city Philadelphia? Hmm? It actually means city of brotherly love. It translates to city of brotherly love. Yeah?
Yes, the Constitution of America was signed.
Okay. So our last word for the day, logi.
Studies.
Study of.
Yes.
Yeah. So different studies, analogy means comparing, studying comparisons. Anthropology, you know, anthro relates to human beings. Theology, theo relates to religion. Morphology, morph means structure. Paleontology, what does an architect do? Studies paleontology. Yeah. Paleontology is study of history of life. It's basically study of fossils and deriving the history of things. Yeah. A related word is paleoecology. Ecology means environment, related to environment. So paleoecology would be study of environment and ecosystem based on fossils. So logis are important because you may come up, so you can create a list of logis, study of different things. What is study of insects called? Insects. Any idea? If I'm not wrong. Is entomology? What's entomology? I think so. Okay, so
What's anthropology?
anthropology, tell me. Huh? Anthropology study of human beings. Anthropods. Anthropod means people who walk on legs. Yeah. So anthropology study of apes, human beings, all those come into that category. Okay, so this is our list for today. We'll come up with 5 more. Okay, so next class, I want each of you to come up with 5 root words. 5 root words, not much. Okay. So write it down. Homework, find 5 root words. Ready? So just write it down. For the next lesson, you have to come up with 5 root words.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, last time, what did we do last lesson? Anyone remembers?
We learned around.
Yeah, we learned grammar. About
a noun.
nouns, pronoun, and some possessives, and pronoun agreement. Right? And we are always confused with plurals and possessives. Are we? Hmm? We do get confused and we may get our question wrong if we are confused. So today we'll just go through some plurals and plurals. So we know the rules of plurals and some plurals. Okay. Now you may think that, okay, why are we doing all this now? We took some fifth standard work this was. That fifth standard work will help you to get your scores up. So when you are doing a sentence, especially the questions which are related to spot the mistake, and 4 or 5 parts of the sentences are given to you, you will miss out on something which is very obvious. Then, and if you miss out on something very obvious, it's a -1, which we don't want. Right? So simple things, but we need to revise. Because in all these years, we haven't studied grammar. Again, 10th में कुछ पढ़ा था, but not grammar as such. So now we need to.
ICC, we had a separate book.
Yeah, you had, but did you study it?
Yes.
Yes, we
had to get a certificate.
we wrote a 18 marks paper for.
So how many are you from ICSE? Oh, good.
10.
Yeah, 10th. That's good.
But
I hope you remember your English.
But not that book, grammar was like, it was, we didn't read that book.
Yeah.
There was a book for grammar specifically. I don't know the name of the book.
And you had a book for vocabulary also. You didn't have?
Creative writing.
You didn't have a book for vocabulary in the 9th and 10th.
I'm gonna say.
So in school, you haven't done the words are important book? Never? Lucky people. But it would have been good to do that. So because learning vocabulary, you know, it's not like you can do it in a short period of time. Yeah? So over the years, you have to build up. At least now we have a few months, if not a complete year. And that's why I always tell you, read, write your words, so you keep building up. That's very important. Okay, so see, I hope you know your plurals. Do you? This time you will receive a new set of books, new set of study material. More or less, it will be like we'll be covering most of it, what we've been doing, and some extra. And exercises from that book, you have to be on a regular basis. With all exercises, we will not be able to cover it. उसके लिए 2 साल लगे. So you have to do a lot of self-study, right? And for that you have to be self-motivated. IPMAT ऐसे नहीं निकलता. Unless you are motivated and you can keep going, no matter what, you can get it.
So, you try that. So, essays only.
Essays are not there. Earlier, they used to be during the PI, the person interview and essays used to be there. And they have discontinued the essays.
So, it's like a one-on-one interaction. It's not
One
discussion. So, like, we give a little bit of overview. Like, what sections would be there?
In what? IPMAT ka test paper
Yes.
or interview?
No. Testing.
Test
English.
paper. I discussed that, you know.
No, but what would be the first question that would appear?
See, you have comprehension,
Yes.
2 to 3 passages of comprehension. Yeah, comprehension means there'll be direct questions, inference questions. Then we could have the meanings, conclusions, those type of questions are there. About 5 to 6 questions per passage. Yeah, and there's no choice. All questions you have to do. ऐसा नहीं कि ये छोड़ दिया वो करेंगे. There's no choice. So 45 questions में all 45 questions here in both. Then you have, okay, anybody who knows what the question types are? Remembers? Yes.
First is what you said, reading comprehension, para completion.
What does para completion mean?
Para completion means you are given a paragraph and one sentence anywhere from the middle, it can be start, middle, end, is not given. And you have given 4 options of sentences. You have to choose the most appropriate sentence and put it in the paragraph.
So what if like all are correct almost?
No, all are never correct. There's only one correct answer. It's all MCQs. There's only one correct answer. You have to use your analytical skills. So you may think 2 answers may be correct, but you have to analyze. So what was the next type of question?
So like you are given 4 sentences and you have to like suppose A, B, C, D. So you have to try combinations to try and make the best the correct para.
So basically you have to arrange them in the proper order. Right? Okay. What's the next type of question? Yeah, vocabulary.
There are comprehensions, like even if you have to use the best sentence. So there would be like 2 same sentences, but grammatically different. Like punctuation marks and
See,
so it would be like
in the grammar questions, you will get 2 types of. Number 1 will be a sentence is given to you, divided into parts, and you have to identify which parts are incorrect. Or you may be given 4 sentences or 4 variations of the same sentence, identify the correct or the incorrect. Yeah, or you will be given a wrong sentence and you have to choose the option which corrects it appropriately. So these are type of grammar questions. Then vocabulary, it could be direct vocabulary. Find the choose the correct synonym or antonym, or it could be fill in the blanks. So this is, I would say, over all type of exams. So whether you are doing symbiosis or yes,
There is one more type that you are given 4 sentences and then you have to see in which sentence a word is used incorrect.
word is used correctly or incorrect. So that is also there. Spellings are also there, yes. Odd one or analogies. Analogies will be there. Yeah. What else? Order of the sentence, so paragraph. Then you will have vocabulary in context. So you are given 2 or 3 sentences, maybe 3 or 4 blanks, or maybe a paragraph with 5 blanks or 6 blanks. And options are given to you in combinations, 4 words, 5 words, according to the blanks. And you have to choose the correct option, which fits. So all the blanks should be good.
But this is the general, like this is the collection of questions which all the exams give.
All exams.
But different exams are giving different types of
Yeah.
questions, right?
Specifically, like some exams focus on a particular type, others focus on different types. Like I think that Indore will not give you the grammar questions where you have to identify the long sentence. It will give you sentence improvement or choosing the correct word.
small mathematics is based on vocab.
No. It is a combination of everything. So don't worry, we'll do all the parts, all question types, and you'll get enough practice. Okay?
Let's see, manual PDF.
Yeah, more or less similar. Are you doing it? Yeah, you can do it. Bangalore PBA you can do irrespective of what course you admit and get your student. Say you don't want to get into I, or you don't want to do IP math as such. Then you can say you want to do a college somewhere nearby. So along with that, you can do the Bangalore PBA. So that's online. And it's a proper course. 3 years, 2 years course and 3 years course. 6 years course. Okay, so we can continue. So you know what plurals are? You've done a lot of plurals. And you know what possessives are? Give me one example of plural and possessive.
It is mine and it's mine.
It is what? Is it a plural or a possessive? None. Mine is a possessive. Yeah? And
ITS is possessive and IT apostrophe is
ITS is possessive. That is correct. What is IT apostrophe S? It is the contraction. Okay, and this is a very favorite question in any exam you can ask. ITS, IT apostrophe S, and what else? THEN, THAN. You will always come across, and you have to be careful. Even because they know you are in a hurry and you will miss it. And they want you to miss it. But you have to be smart. Okay? Okay, singular to plural, simplest form is add an S or ES. These you know, simple, primary words. Nouns ending with S, X, Z, CH, or SH. How do we convert them? Like bus, glad? Yes. Right? Buses. Marsh, yes. So anything ending with SH or S, add ES. What else? Lunch, ending with CH. You add ES to it. Lunches, not lunch. Tax, ending with X. Yes. Ending with Z, lids. Add yes. So these are few rules. If you remember, you'll never go wrong. You've learned all these in school, but forgotten. Never learned? At some point, you must have learned. Yeah, 5th, 4th, 6th standard. Yeah, but we have to relearn these because we can't afford to go wrong. Truss, usually refers to long hair. Tresses, truss. Okay, now there's another thing. Now rules, grammar means there are rules and there are exceptions to rules. Right? So exceptions will always be there. Like quiz, ending with Z, you add a double Z and ES. Yeah? So exceptions will always be. So we'll just go through this. Anything ending with F or FE, plural will be VES. Write it down. Always remember when you write down something, you remember better. Yeah. Wolf. Wolves. VS. Life. FES. Yeah. These you use all the time. But do you notice? So when you come across a word like this in a sentence correction or spot the wrong part of the sentence, you have to be careful. Thief, again VS. There are exceptions. Proof is not VS. There's proofs. Beliefs. So when you come across a word beliefs written as BES, you know it's wrong. Chef,
Believe is wrong.
believe is a different word.
Is belief.
Belief is the noun form. Believe is the verb form. Right? I believe you. It is a belief. When you say it is a belief, that's a noun. I believe you, that's a verb. Right? And believe, will believe as a verb have a plural?
Belief is the idea, and belief is the people's devotion to the idea.
That's a verb. My belief.
Between the belief and the belief.
My belief, that's a noun. I believe you, that's a verb with a V. Right? So don't do the forms of the words wrong. So you have to go back to learning your nouns and verbs. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, the body grammar things, we have to. Okay. Something that ends with a Y. Quid pro quo means as it is. So something that you have to take as it is, or something that is in that moment, that is quid. So something which ends in a consonant plus Y. Example, party. Consonant and Y changes to IES. Consonant plus Y lady changes to IES. Story, IES. Nanny, IES. City. Okay, if you have a vowel plus Y, for example, boy, then it's not IES. Just S. Consonant before Y, IES. Vowel before Y, just S. Vowel, what are vowels? A, I, U. Okay. Holiday, holidays. We have A before. Key, skis. Guide, guides. So A begins. Consonant plus O. Example, potato. Plural is spelling with an ES. Yeah. Something with ends with consonant plus O changes to ES. Tomatoes, but there are exceptions. Photo is not
But
ES.
in other languages, photos get turned with an ES. You talk about
Talk about,
other languages, like photo gets turned into photos. Like,
but not in English. Not in
it's not in
English.
English.
Piano is pianos, not ES. Hello, hello. Okay, words ending with US. Think of words ending with US, which can be plural,
Us.
which can be plural. Us is plural anyway. So cactus changes to cacti. Locus. Locus of a circle is loci. Right? Opus, foci. Write it down. Fungus, fungi.
But we said this fungi also, right?
Hmm?
We said fungi also.
Yeah, we can say, but it's fungi. It's pronounced fungi.
Fungi is different and fungi is different. But I don't know the difference.
What's fungi?
AE.
Oh, AE.
AE.
No,
Like fungus is a word. Exactly like people also call it fungi and also call it fungi.
that's not really in English as such. Not that we use in grammar. Okay, stimulus, stimuli. Syllabus, it's not syllabus.
Where would you use the word syllabi? Like, where should you use it? Because no one uses it. How is
Syllabus, this is the syllabus of this exam.
Yes.
what the subjects of mine?
All the subjects have different syllabi.
This is the syllabi of maths.
Syllabus of maths, syllabi of say different portions of maths. We don't use these words, but we should know. Yeah. Okay, but we have exceptions. Octopus doesn't become octopi. Okay, octopus is octopus. Lotus. Lotus is lotuses. Now, depend. See, English has been derived from various languages. Yeah. So there are some rules they have kept of that language, some rules they have changed. So there are always exceptions. Yeah. Say walrus. Walruses, walruses, not walrus. Okay. So usually Latin words will change to I and Greek words remain, or Greek words change to ES. So that's why knowing the root words is important.
But like algebra is a syllabi of mathematics.
Algebra is a part of mathematics. You're talking, what is in syllabus?
Uh,
The content. Yes. So algebra is a part, and what you study in the topics in algebra that are given to you, that would be syllabus.
The syllabus and syllabi.
Syllabi, the different syllabi of different schools in algebra. That way you can use it.
Not like
So syllabi would be when you're talking about a lot of syllabuses. Lot of things that you are learning in different formats. That could be. So when you talk about many of them, then it becomes syllabus. Otherwise, this is the syllabus. These are the syllabi. So when it comes in a plural form, then you go. It's rarely used, but yeah,
it's good.
should know it. Okay, something that is ending in is. Example, these are usually Greek words. Analysis changes to analysis. S-E-S.
Yes.
Yeah. Basis. Basis. Crisis. Pluralist. Crisis. ES. Ellipsis. Something ending in O-N. Plural will become A, like phenomenon. That's also a derived word. Derived from, anyone knows? Phenomenon is a word derived from Greek or Latin. So phenomenon ending in O-N changes to A. Right?
What is the plural of base?
Base, basis. Base and basis are two different things. This is the basis of your theory. Base of a triangle. Base will be basis. This is basis is BASES. Yeah, that is a little confusing. I understand. Okay, so moving on, criterion is the singular, criteria is plural. So you will not say what is the criteria of this. Criterion, we usually use criteria as singular. Yeah. So next time when you are using criteria, think, is it singular, is it plural? Okay. Now volcano. Was it plural or volcano? Volcanoes, that's a normally used type. So it could be OS or OES. Yeah, but it will not be I. Okay. Now we have something called irregular pronouns or irregular plurals, which don't follow any rules. Example? Anyone? What the plural of whose? Whose? Is.
People old people. You call old people these are things. Either old people.
Like child. Majority remains majority. Majority again depends upon what is the subject. Majority of something and the majority is using two different things. Crowd is plural. The crowd, it can be used as singular or plural because it's a collective noun. Collective nouns are singular now. You can use it. Crowd is singular, always used as singular. Okay, child. Do you say childs? No, children. Goose, geese. Man, men. Woman, women. Tooth, teeth. Foot, feet. Mouse, mice. Common words, person is not persons. People. Persons. People is anyway plural. Why? See,
Or person, the red book says.
yeah,
Actually,
it is used. See, there's a difference between grammar and literary, say, expression. So when it is literary expression, there are exceptions. People may use the language the way they want. But since we are studying for an exam, we follow the rules. Yeah. So person is always people. Sheep remains sheep.
एक पहले है जो आप शॉर्ट sheep मैं sheep से क्या करता है
But grammatically, it's wrong. See, there are lots of words we use when we are speaking or writing, which are not grammatically correct. Yes. So sheep remains sheep. Like deer remains deer. It's not deer. There are lots of deer, not deers. That's why I said there are lots of words we use which are grammatically incorrect. So So you will realize that, okay, we do say these words which are wrong. Yeah, like series is series, we know. Species, we mean species.
Species.
Okay, fish, species. Fish or fishes.
There are many fish in the ocean. There are many fish in the ocean.
Many fish in the ocean. See, there are two things. Plural of fish will be fish if it refers to a particular type of fish. So one species of fish, many of that species is fish.
So one species का there are many.
If you are talking about many species, then it becomes fishes. Okay? So it depends upon the usage. More than one species, you can use fishes. If it is a single species, many of the same, then it is fish. Okay, now let's look at these words. Mother-in-law, the hyphenated words. Mother-in-law. In-law remains in-law. What is the main word? Mother. Mother will become mother's in-law.
It's just separate. We say in some text in-laws. When you are using.
We use in-laws, my in-laws, but that is wrong. That is like a way of speaking, but grammatically not correct. Yeah, like father-in-law, it is father's in-law. So you just separate the in-law and see what is the main word.
But my father-in-law is given that there are numerous fathers-in-law, right?
Yeah.
But not चार पांच वे अलग-अलग लोगों के हाँ एक ही चार पांच
So father-in-law is a term.
अलग
It refers to father, refers to father. So what, excuse me,
हो गया.
yes, that's a different thing. But anyway, grammatically, it's fathers-in-law. Whether you have one or many, it's still fathers-in-law. Father-in-law is singular, plural will be fathers. So that's why I said, what is the main word? If you're talking about lots of people, excuse me, suppose there is a congregation of father-in-law, lots of father-in-laws coming in. If we say father-in-laws, we usually use that word, it's grammatically incorrect.
Be a father, right? So we won't use father-in-law.
Fathers-in-law. Yeah. Similarly, daughters-in-law, brothers-in-law, sons-in-law. Right? Grandfather, grandson, granddaughter, all these will be, the main word becomes plural, in-law remains in-law. Okay? So remember these small rules. Okay. Now, if you have Latin origin words, anything ending in A changes to AE. Yeah? For example, antenna changes to antennae.
What is the meaning of? Oh.
Antenna, we don't do it. Yeah, earlier days we needed antenna 30 Okay. Anything ending in if it's a Latin origin word, will change to A. Addendum, for example, change to addenda. Yeah. Examples. words ending in US
Something.
change to I because it's a Latin word. Words ending in EX.
So now
I'm talking about. I'm talking about words which have Latin origin. Gum is an English. These are Latin words with Latin origin. Not normal word. Yeah.
Well, this was for words originated from the Greek would not apply.
No. That's Latin origin. So Latin origin words ending in EX. Index is a word from Latin. Change to IES. Words ending in IX will change to yes, CS. Index. In appendix changes to appendices. The few examples, you can look up more words with Latin origin. Yeah, if I were to pick up all the words, it will take the entire year. Or at least the entire month. Okay, some Greek words ending in ION. So criterion is a Greek word ending in ION becomes criteria. Right? Here one. We did this earlier. So this is a Greek word. Dogma. That's a Greek word. Yeah.
something like antithesis, like dogma is like
Dogma is something like you are enforced a belief. Or
like
or say a fear also it can be dogma. So that
you are not prohibited, you are not allowed to say such thing in public, that like public dogma.
so the plural is dogmata. Write it down. If you come across a word, something like this, you shouldn't go wrong. It should be that I didn't know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now some words like necropolis. Yeah. Unique words. So it becomes necropolis. EIS. To look up. So cyclops becomes cyclopis. Logos. Logos. Logos relates to logic. No, not law. Ethos, logos. Remember? Logos is something related to logic. So what is the logic behind something? What is the logos in a particular, say when you're analyzing an essay or writing? Yeah.
Foreign words are given in italics and text, so we know.
In text, but if by chance a word comes up which is related to that. Yeah. So logoi, logoi. So these are unique words we usually don't come across, but it's good to know. So phenomenon changes to phenomena, we know this. Anything ending in IS, which is Greek, changes to ES. Yeah, hypothesis. Now, IS changes to ES. Basis is a Latin word. Yeah, hypothesis is a Greek word. Both these change to ES. Now, if a word, say you have chrysalis, ending in IS, it changes to IDES. These are very unique words, rare words. We usually don't come across, but never know. IBMAT can give you something related to spelling also. Okay. Now let's look at some words ending with UM. Datum is singular, data is plural. We will not say datas. Remember, data is anyway plural.
Datum का use करें.
Datum is the singular form. Right? Something you didn't know?
Yes.
Now you know?
Yes.
Now you know the singular of data is datum. Data in itself is plural.
How can we use it?
Hmm?
How can we use it?
One single datum.
A sentence.
Yeah.
Like out of all the data available, this datum is most important. We usually don't use it, or we don't come across it, I would say. But that is the usage. Memorandum is singular, memoranda is plural. Bacterium, bacteria, we already. Stratum. Strata.
Biological part.
Strata. Strata of society or strata of something is a surface. It's used different ways. Curriculum. Harini, are you following? Harini, are you there?
Yes. ma'am. Yes. ma'am.
Curriculum is what? Singular. Plural is not curriculums. Plural is, sometimes we do use curriculums, but the correct is curriculum. In English, sometimes we do use, but curriculum, curricular,
Activity.
extracurricular activity. Curriculum refers to your syllabus or your academics. Curricular, that is curricular activity, that is an adjective now,
It does.
right? Curriculum is a noun. Okay, let's quickly do some more. Singular would be, say, cactus. Plural is cacti. Focus, foci. Yeah, nucleus, nuclei. Alumnus, that's easy. Stimulus, singular, curriculum, curricula. Datum,
They means 1,000 years. They means 1,000 years.
millennium, millennia.
Follows the belief of it.
These all change to A. Datum, data. These are all in the singular form. We did these. Stratum, strata. Data, addenda is something that is, say you say addenda would be what you have to do today. Agenda is different. Agenda is a purpose. Agenda of today, what is the purpose of today? Or what do you have to do? Addenda is, what is the main aim? Okay.
Addenda, so it's extra information that is added to a book.
Addenda, yeah, right. Addenda is something which you add. Addendum. Thanks. Thank you. Something in A changes to A, vertebra will become vertebrae. Huh? Antenna will become antennae. Formula, formulae, larvae. Yeah?
Right.
Something in ending in EX.
Yes.
Apex,
Okay.
epixis. X will not remain. Index, indices. EX, the entire EX changes to IS. ICS, ES, sorry. So vortex becomes vortices. The top of something.
On the top of something, it's convex.
Vortex is the odal.
Yeah.
Vortex is like a vortex is a corner.
Corner, yeah. So if we talk about the vortex of a triangle,
It's a vertex.
vortex, yeah.
Vortex is the massive vortex.
It's like a bump, it's like a tornado. The center part is.
Central part of the vortex, so the center of something. Yeah.
Vortex is the second. Vortex is
The vortex.
That's
Vortex.
vortex. VO. The vortex of a cyclone
Yeah.
or a tornado. So the center, that is the core. You can say the core. So crisis, we've come across octopus. We've come across octopus will be, if it is octopus or octopus, it can be octopuses or octopi. So octopuses is also used, octopi is also used. Because it's a Latin origin, sometimes they don't accept the Latin origin, it becomes octopuses. Okay, formula we know. So if we take a Latin origin, it is octopi. If we take English origin, it is octopuses, both ways it is. Like formulae, if you sometimes they don't accept the Latin origin, then they say formulas. But grammatically, we take it as formulae. Okay, now we come to some possessives. Was it time? Possessive is my is what?
Mine.
Is my a possessive?
Mine.
My book.
Mine is
Mine is also possessive.
Mine.
The book belongs to you. Book belongs to me. My book. That's also possessive. This is mine.
Yes.
That's also possessive. My book is also possessive. Me is a pronoun. Yeah. So in possessives, when do you use apostrophe S for in a possessive? Hmm? Apostrophe S, a proper noun. If you have a proper noun and you want to turn it into a possessive, you will use apostrophe S. Riddhis, Sanika Sanikas, apostrophe S. Who's feeling sleepy?
Yeah, 5 minutes break.
No. There's no break in the timetable. Otherwise, then we have to get extra time from. Huh? It's better to finish up. She's busy with some other work. So when you say student, that's a noun. Possessive will be apostrophes. Plural will be students. Right? Tree, trees. Singular possessive nouns. We have singular possessive and plural possessive. Confusing? So when you have a singular means a dog, apostrophe S. Plural dogs, where does apostrophe go? After the S. Will we add another S after that? Plurals ending in S, possessive is just with an apostrophe. Do you remember the rules of apostrophe you learned in class 10? Didn't learn?
We only had for namesake a book. We didn't learn anything.
Because you have to do application of that. So unless you know the rules, how will you do the application? So some. But here you can't afford to get a -1, right? So we have to know our grammar. So, okay. Now the dog's bone, the bone of theirs is what? Possessive. Yeah. Okay, irregular possessives then wolves,
He didn't do this. He didn't do it.
apostrophe will go after this. Let's look at. Say mass now, say sand, money. Do they have plurals? Do they have possessives? Do they have possessives? Think. Doesn't have a possessive. Right? So mass nouns usually are uncountable nouns, do not have a plural form of words. So we come back to the uncountable and countable nouns. Remember we studied last time. But money as such, the term. I have lots of money.
And we can because
We can count
the
money.
currency rates.
When it is a, yeah.
Money.
But money, when we use money in a general term.
100 rupees money.
But money.
Money, I have. Okay, just think of it. Do we say money or do we say monies?
You see money with money is common.
That's it. Huh?
I have
Money,
some
the units.
मैं pocket से निकाल के तो दिखेगा ही कितना।
Okay, just a moment. Money in general terms is used as uncountable. So no plural. Units of money are countable. Units of money are countable. That is where you say, I have so many rupees.
I have a question.
I have so many dollars.
Suppose I'm giving you two examples. I have a lot of kids and I have a lot of money. They both.
I have a lot of
kids.
Kids.
And I have a lot of. I have many money. I have a lot of money and I have a lot of kids. They both are the same sentence, but one is uncountable, one is countable. So how does that differ? English is quite different.
It's a usage. That's what I said. No? Why are we doing these? These are not, see, we are not doing the entire grammar book. We are doing things which are important to our exam. Yeah, so these are things which you have to remember. Money as such is uncountable, doesn't have a plural. Right? Like sand. We use sands, but that is just a poetic way of saying it. Right? Grammatically, see, grammatically, these are singular. These are the same as singular or plural. Because they are uncountable. Hello? Can you stop discussing among yourselves? Please. Right? So, you may argue no matter how much, but money grammatically, we don't have a plural. Right? Units of money are countable, but money as such is uncountable. Got it? Clear? Okay, collective nouns are what? Simple. Do we use a plural form for those? Sometimes we do when we talk about, say, team. Team is plural, but it is collective. If you're talking about 5 teams, then we say teams. Groups can be used when we have so many groups. Okay? So they can be singular or plural depending upon the usage. Now, singular possessive, we know, and apostrophe s. If singular word ends in s, or then apostrophe s. Singular word ending in s, we use apostrophe s. Plural word ending in s, no apostrophe s, only apostrophe. So you can write it down. Okay, take note of this. The Charles is singular, Bess is singular, it's a name. So apostrophe s. Plural possessives, only apostrophe. Plurals ending in s will have only apostrophe. Now, what about children? It's a plural. Will have apostrophe s. It's not ending in s. So plurals not ending in s will have apostrophe s. Okay? Fish, if used as plural. Octopi. And if your word is octopuses, then just apostrophe. Okay, let's look at these sentences and tell me whether it is correctly used. Stores is what? Plural. Store is plural, actually, apostrophe. It's incorrect. Okay, the employees keep complaining about the store's different management style. So if you have to correct the sentence, what do you do? Apostrophe s. Because your stores is not in the plural form. It should be in the singular. You're talking about the store. Now, if you look at the sentence, can it be plural?
Though is not had
Do we have clarity whether it is singular or plural? The. A particular. The means specific. Right? And if it said the different stores, then it would be plural. Right? Or this based on the executive's decision. Apostrophe. Right?
Just possible, right?
It is possible if you're talking about many executives.
Yes.
So, see,
Because you
in
get
this
different-
case, you have to look at the context. Now, even when you use the, it can be one specific or specifically meant.
It's like the group of executives.
Group of executives. Like the students' essays. It can be plural or singular.
A particular student says the apostrophe S.
So both are.
So both can be used.
how to make it. How to correct that.
Huh?
How do we know what one?
It depends upon your options given. The combinations that are there.
So now there is written essays, so there are multiple essays, so
Multiple
the
essays.
students are also.
So it could be
Like once, right?
Multiple essay.
one student can write multiple essays. Have you graded the students' essays? So that is, if you look at the context as such, that
Essays.
amounts to many students. Okay. And if it was the students' essay, then it was single.
Both.
Both in this scenario, both can be correct. We can use it both ways. So what about this? Apostrophe S in both cases because both are plural. What is the plural of sheep? Sheep. So apostrophe S in. People, apostrophe S because people, no? We must listen to the people's will. Apostrophe. Possessive. Possessive में क्या आएगा? Apostrophe S. People is what? Plural or singular? Plural. Yeah. People's possessive. Fungi. Apostrophe S. Fungi itself is plural. Fungus, fungi. Right? Now we did this. Now here is, and now when we said plural of something, it was mother's in-law. What is the possessive of it?
Mother.
Mother-in-law, mothers-in-law, apostrophe S.
Mother-in-law.
Plural was mothers-in-law. Now what is the possessive?
Mother was mother's also.
Huh, Samika? Mothers-in-law is the plural. Possessive mothers-in-law apostrophe S. Right? So it won't be mothers का possessive नहीं होगा. The whole thing will be in possessive. Whereas plural, only the main word is plural. Okay, what about passers-by? Passers-by is the entire phrase, passers-by apostrophe s. This, the passers-by's back. Or we saw the passers-by or the passers-by's parade. Right? Editor-in-chief apostrophe. Possessive will be editor-in-chief's apostrophe. What will be the singular? Singular editor-in-chief. Plural editors-in-chief. Plural will not be editor-in-chiefs.
And also like chief editors.
Chief editor is two different words.
Right?
Chief editor and editor-in-chief is a noun. Huh? Now these were hyphenated. Now if we talk about open hyphenate or unhyphenate, like you said, chief editor. Chief editor will not be hyphenated. Right? In that case, the second word will be plural. Like fire truck. It's not hyphenated. Second word will be plural and that will be in the place. Okay? Bus stop. Plural will be bus stops. Do you write bus stop as hyphenated? No. But it is referring to one entity. So unhyphenated words referring to one entity, second word will be plural and possessive. Mountain bike, mountain bikes, ending in S, apostrophe. Okay, now this is another thing which we have to remember. Shared possessive. What do you mean by shared possessive? Any idea? Huh? Belonging to both people together. Like if I say,
My house. My house.
so their house. So when you talk about two people separately, X and Y, where does the possessive go?
It's cheaper than Jerry's project.
So when it is shared possession, the possessive goes with the second entity. So your life is his and hers. His and her house. Her is anyway possessive. In this case, right? Jack and Jill's hill. Jack and Jill are sharing it. For example, if you have three people, George, Jerry, and Ellen. So the last entity will go into possessive. Right? Because something that belongs to all three of them. Like mom and dad. Mom and dad's house. So it's not moms and dads. You can use moms and dads, but the meaning will be different. That means they're not sharing it. Right? Like if I say, Vidhi's and Sanika's projects, they're not sharing the same project. So both will be possessive because they're not sharing it. If they're sharing, then whoever, which name comes second will have the possessive. Yeah, but this important rule to remember. So multiple nouns, different possessions. Jan's and Tony's cars. So when you have, now here's what you have to remember. What is the object? In this case, the object is a car. Is a car singular or plural? Plural. Means there are two cars. They're not sharing. If it was singular, so the object will, if it is singular, then it is shared. You can remember it this way. If it is singular, object is singular, it will be shared. If the object is plural, not shared. Two different entities. Then each entity will have a possessor. Okay? Remember this? Science teachers and art teachers' rooms. Rooms, two different rooms. If room was singular, science teacher and arts teachers room. Science and arts teachers. Right? So the clue will be the object. George's and Harriet's grades are good enough for them to graduate. So they have separate grades. Now, if we were to say George's and Harriet's grades, now is good enough? Would we use grades or grade? Grade. Then possessor would be the second one. Yeah. So if there are two subjects, one object, if the object is singular, it is shared. If the object is plural, it is not shared. If you remember it this way, it is easier to figure out which is possessive, which is not. Very sleepy now. What about this? What are we looking at? Ambitions. So they have different ambitions. Each one has a possessive. Yeah. If I said ambition, only Carlos will have this, because they have a shared ambition. Yeah. So you won't go wrong in this. Okay. Almost time. Okay, just 2 minutes. I think we'll just finish this off. Okay, now here's another thing. If you have a name and we use it as plural, say Patels, possessive will be Patels apostrophe. The Patel shop. So it depends upon whether you're using the noun as singular or plural. So if the noun is used as plural, it will be apostrophe after the S, because S is already added. Right? So you will have to ask for the Patels. So Patels itself is an entity. Anderson's dog, Anderson family's dog, or the Anderson's dog. Or if you say, It's in there.
Okay.
It is singular. There is the plural. Both are plurals. And ITS, you won't get wrong with this. Okay. They, what is THEY apostrophe RE? They'll give you this. Options may have THEIR, THEY apostrophe RE. So not to get confused. THERE can also come in one of the options. You know clearly. Okay, so that's it for today. So now what's your homework?
5 to
5.
And
5 vocabulary.
not 5 root words and vocabulary words from whatever you are reading or hearing. So next time, next Sunday, I don't want to hear मेरे पास अभी words नहीं है. I want at least 3 words on the board from everyone. Okay? All those who haven't got the words today, please get it. Right? Okay then, thank you. Rini, please
Thank
be on
you.
time and
Yes,
please words. So vocabulary will be an ongoing process. Every single time we meet, we'll do a little bit of vocabulary and whatever to. Yeah. Okay, then thank you.
Thank you.